Yeah. Oh, great.
Oh boy, we're recording.
Yay.
So how's it going?
Yeah.
You get a haircut?
No. No, I just wake up like this.
Oh my god, do they eat them, friends?
Did you ever learn? I had learned how to do this in I think summer
Wait,
camp.
what are you doing? Hang on, wait. So
Okay, so you
like-
start here, you cross your fingers, and you
Okay.
wrap around them with your middle finger.
Oh wait.
Yeah.
Which ones do you work around what? Like
Just around the closest one. So just start like that. There you go.
Okay.
And then you just close those. And then look at that.
Oh hey,
Here's
okay,
a
we're not
face.
just hands anymore.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We're actually people
We actually
now.
figured it out. Yeah. No, I figured. I don't know. There was just a day in summer camp. Wow. That was terrifyingly loud. Yeah. Hi. Oh.
Okay. I wasn't ready for that.
Will makes eye contact with Victor. It looks like he's making eye contact with his future friend.
I'm scared. It's so loud. Yeah. Hi. We're maybe friends. Yeah.
Are we
Hi. We're maybe friends.
Maybe.
We don't know yet.
We're working on
and
it.
We have an audience. We have a lot of audience.
a live studio audience?
We are. Well, we're not live, but we are in a studio, and we do have an audience. So 2 out of 3, I'll take it.
I mean, but the studio is live.
The studio,
The studio is the audience is alive.
they don't often film in dead studios.
Yeah.
Unless you're like, I don't know. I feel like there's some horror movie that could do something with
maybe.
that.
There's
I don't know.
probably.
You should talk to Studio 1-3. Am I close?
You mean room 310?
Room 310. Okay, yeah. You should talk to the. There's probably something in there.
Yeah, there was a 1 and 3 in there, so I'm surprised you remember that much.
I'm shocked I did too. I'm terrible with names. Anyway, Kurt, we're talking. So we have more questions,
More questions
which
for
I'm
our
excited to do.
incredibly successful chat segment.
So it's funny. I had a lot of fun doing it.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
that episode isn't out yet.
Oh,
Unless
right,
did
'cause
it go out on Northwest Access?
I don't believe it has yet.
Okay, then
All right.
there you go. It's just not out.
what was that name? The one guy who asked us a question on the video.
I don't know if I thought about this. I don't know how I feel about calling out random people on the
Okay.
internet. Like, you didn't invite that. You
fair.
can't consent to whatever we want to do to him. So I think we've had about as much fun
Okay,
at his expense as we
that
probably
bit's
should.
over.
Yep. So we have more questions, which
Oh, boy.
I'm excited about. Before we get to we also don't have a ton of time, so I think we're going to get to that fairly quick. But a thing has been kind of bugging me. It occurred to me, so May the 4th was, recently.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think I'm getting a little bit of the audio over the comms, but I'm not sure.
hearing it
So,
too,
and
actually.
it occurred to me, so a couple of buddies and I,
Mm-hmm.
a couple of buddies and I went down to do the 14th Star. They had like a trivia thing
Okay, yeah.
at the bar, and it was a lot of fun. And you weren't there, and it occurred to me that like Star Wars is the only thing I know you like. It's the one interest of yours I know about, other than like film generically, which is your job.
Yeah.
So I wanted to know what do you enjoy? What do you do? What do you follow? Are you like a sports guy?
No, not at all.
Okay, then what do you like?
Well, I mean, the film generally is pretty like spot on, but having Star Wars, it's a lot of Indiana Jones.
Okay.
James Bond movies I'm pretty on top of. I'm a suffering Marvel fan. As I was there for the peak and I was invested in the peak, and now we're here and I'm
Yeah.
still paying attention, but sadly doing so.
Yeah, I heard Thunderbolts was good.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna see it this weekend, I think.
I heard it, like, I learned of its existence when I went to see Sinners. It was one of
And-
the trailers, and I was like, oh.
And that trailer where
right.
you talked about last time, where it's just
Yeah.
like, you're
It's
like,
like-
look at all these people who don't work with Marvel.
Yeah.
We got these A24 guys. That's interesting,
Yeah.
right?
We have people who don't work with us to make it. Isn't that great? And I was just thinking, like, man, what a sales pitch, like for your movie. But apparently, it's pretty
Apparently
good.
it worked. Yeah.
Yeah, I may watch it. I don't know. So like, did you get into like Marvel? Like, so do you just like watch the movies? Do you like the comic books?
I don't. I just watch the movies.
Okay.
I've paid some attention to the comics, but every time I read something about the comics, it's something utterly ridiculous, and I can't take
Yes.
it seriously.
Sure.
Like, oh yeah, in this book, Captain America gets shot and died, but then later you find out it was a magic bullet that sent him through time. And,
That sounds like something comic books would do.
and he's actually alive, and he's gonna come back in a bit, and
Yeah.
it's just dumb.
So
That's
yes,
just dumb.
but it's also great. Like I think dumb things can be great. I don't know. I grew up in a comic book store.
Yeah.
I like, to me, honestly, like the most fun Marvel movies are when they kind of embrace the sort of absurdity of what they. Oh no. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know that you could design a less flattering picture of the two of us. I believe you.
How long was it like that?
I don't know. I honestly, I look at that in terms of like, I want to like get like, am I in frame? Is everything okay? Then
And we're
move
back.
on. Yep.
Okay.
Oh, no, that's worse.
it's-
That's worse. Okay. So
who let the studio guys have fun?
I don't know. Listen, we asked for this, if you remember. We did invite this on ourselves. We're having a good time. No, so I'm kind of going through my head. So like James Bond, Indiana Jones, Marvel,
And Star Wars, of course.
and Star Wars.
And Lord of the Rings. And those were like the
Okay.
5 that like started my movie nerddom. And then
Okay.
I expanded to like Matrix and Jurassic Park and Back to
All
the
right,
Future.
there you go.
I recently found out I can fanboy over Predator movies, which is interesting.
That's
And-
awesome.
And now I'm just kind of everything.
Yeah.
And then also the music nerdiness, which we've talked
Okay,
about before.
that's good.
And-
Yeah.
and-
But so like generic movie nerd, generic like music nerd. What do you? I think I asked
definitely like
before.
a 60s 70s rock nerd,
Yeah.
although like that's kind of like the basis, and I branch out a little farther in either direction
Mm-hmm.
timeline wise.
Well, I mean, do you have like a hobby? So my thing the thing I noticed about like liking movies was that I was like, okay, I get to be happy like 2 weeks every 7 months. And then like if I just follow a fandom, I'm just going to be sad for most of the year. And then things will come out every once in a while that I'll really enjoy. And then the rest of the time I have nothing to do with my life. Like do you? I don't know. Do you like games? Are you like sporty?
I didn't grow up with video games either. I
Okay.
didn't have those consoles, but I do love movies. I make
Okay.
movies on the side. I
Yeah.
watch every movie ever. It feels like.
There you go. Okay. Yeah. I guess if you're
I
watching
do
every
this.
single movie, it probably
Yeah,
takes up a little
I've,
bit more.
I've
of
got
your
a bit of an expansive watch list with
All right.
almost 300 movies on it. I need to get worked down.
time. What are the like top 5?
Top 5 like on the list. I still need
Yeah.
to see. See the way the watch list is organized. It's alphabetical. So
Okay.
I'm
so-
getting into the end of the L section. So anything with like significance of
Oh.
L forward is gone.
So you're just
So-
going through like straight alphabetically. You don't have like a hierarchy of like, oh, I need to get to
Pretty much,
this
yeah. It
thing.
makes me feel like I'm making more progress on it. But in terms of things I haven't seen, never seen Schindler's List. Never.
Oh.
That's probably a big one. There's a lot on the S's, honestly. I'm trying to think. I've never seen a Star Trek movie, which I feel like someone as nerdy as me should have seen a Star Trek movie by now, and I just haven't.
That's fine.
I don't know how much I'm missing. I don't know if
Well,
I'm going to watch all of them.
In my opinion, like so much of the beauty of Star Trek is in kind of like how they built the world and how they approached like Star Trek is about discovery. It's about like that feeling of like let's go out into a big beautiful universe and we're going to see something and like immediately it's scary, but like once we figure it out, it's like interesting and we can do something with it and that's like fun. And the movies aren't that. They
Okay.
are generic action schlock.
Oh, cool.
There's I guess like the actual Star Trek movies themselves are interesting. I remember there's one where they like time travel, and the whole thing is that they're like trying to get a whale. There's a spaceship coming, and it only speaks whale, and all the whales went extinct on Earth, so they got to travel back in time to get themselves a whale to talk to the aliens. I could be wrong about all of this. It's been a minute, but I fully believe that that's something Star Trek would do, and it was fun. But the thing I remember the most is looking at the time travel gimmick and being like, you didn't want to spend money on sets.
Guys, I need you to not think too hard about this. We gotta get a whale.
Listen, so, like...
Why can the spaceship only speak whale?
I don't know, because
Why does the spaceship speak
whales
as a
are
spaceship?
aliens or something. Like, I don't remember. It was great, though. No. Not everything has to be like some of the best stories in the world are the ones that are off the wall ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
I am playing through a game right now, Expedition 33, Clair Obscur. It is deeply French, but it is so French. The name is Clair Obscur.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it is. It is deeply French, but it is. Do I think anyone watching this is going to care about spoilers? Screw them. The idea is you meet like this 30-foot tall or like 20-foot tall guy who's like
Right.
mostly a cloth bag with like a mask on his head, and he's the most powerful person in the world. He can fly, he can carry your whole team, like he's how you get around the map, and like you see him just like punching 600-foot tall giants and stuff, and you're like, that's wild. You meet a bunch of people that are just they're just like wooden dolls and paintbrushes, and they're just idiots, and I love every single one of them. They're just utter morons, and like nothing that they're doing kind of makes sense, and like Clair Obscur itself is this like it is a story about mortality and death and grief.
Oh.
And you're like trying to figure this out, and you have these like utterly ridiculous characters that are themselves utterly ridiculous and stupid and silly and doing whatever, and then you basically realize that the whole of the world is the inside of a children's painting. It's like every drawing and everything. So like, yeah,
That's-
Esquier, this 20-foot
that's a
tall...
really cool plot twist.
Yeah,
I love that.
This big 20-foot tall cloth bag man is like he's the strongest guy in the world, and he can fly, and he eats rocks to get powers to swim, and it's like, yeah, that's like dumb and silly, but a child came up with it.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that like
See, that works.
yeah, but you like only learn that. So this is such a massive spoiler, and I will have to edit it such that there is a warning for that.
Or
But
Josh. Josh is
yeah, it like the absurd can be great. It really can, and I think that like part of the fun of like being a comic book nerd or watching Star Trek or something is that it's not like afraid of its own ridiculousness, and that leads to just such joy and fun and excellence. So especially if you're gonna like watch Star Trek movies, the newer ones I think are just generically disappointing.
Okay.
But the older ones, like, just go in with an open heart, man,
Yeah,
and I think
yeah.
you're gonna have a great time. Okay.
Speaking of like really weird, have you ever seen the Lobster?
I remember the quote from The Lighthouse. You're fond of me, lobster. That's the. Oh my god, that was bad.
The Lobster is about.
I can't do Willem Dafoe.
Yeah, you
doing
can't do
Scottish.
Sailor Willem Dafoe.
Yeah, Sailor Willem Dafoe. He did great though.
Oh,
Anyway,
he's great in
yeah.
every movie.
He is.
But so the Lobster is about. I watched it for the first time the other night. It's basically like this sort of dystopian future. Like it's not like
Yeah.
wasteland. It's like basically our society. But if anyone is single and not in a relationship, they have to go to a special hotel where they have 45 days to find love, or else they get turned into an animal they're choosing.
I mean, you know, how many has there ever been a time where you're like, man, living like a cat's got to be a lot better? You just got nothing to worry about.
and-
Like, that's not a bad deal. That's not, I'm okay with that.
And
That's an
it's
okay
such
world.
a weird movie.
Okay.
Like everyone talks really weird.
Yeah, we
Questions.
should probably answer questions.
Oh yeah,
I
because
think.
we have half an
I also
hour.
noticed we have people lurking.
Yeah, we have people coming and going.
Yeah.
I love to the
okay,
audience.
I have, it looks like there are two here.
I've got two here.
All right.
I think I went first last time. If you want to,
I have no opinion.
All right.
I'm happy to fishbowl it. Okay, so every time my roommate is sad, she buys a new plant and names it after the person who made her sad. There's now a fern named Kyle from accounting. She's got a cactus called My Ex, a peace lily named Mom's Guilt, and most recently, a spider plant named Sarah who stole my yogurt. I'm concerned. Is this therapy or a slow descent into madness? There is a question in there. Listen.
How
like,
do we unpack this?
I honestly, so I'm not like that. Grief and stress is hard, man. And like coping mechanisms are a dime a dozen and they just don't work. However you want to approach the world is utterly fine. The thing that concerns me more is that this person is capable of holding such a grudge.
That's what I was
that like
thinking,
Sarah
yeah.
who stole my yogurt needs a plant.
Yeah, it's the fact that it's remembering, the grievance as well as.
Yeah, it's like, okay,
What was it? Mom's Guilt? What was that one?
yeah, Mom's Guilt, which isn't a person. That's not.
That's a whole new thing to unpack. Like,
Yeah, no. So each of these made her sad. So Kyle from accounting made her sad.
I mean, yeah.
Why?
Well, he's an accountant.
Okay, do accountant.
Well, that's a recent one, and so maybe that one was like so significant that she
Well, I'm
won't
just
forget
trying to figure
it.
out what position this person is. That an accountant is capable of doing them harm. Like,
I mean, she says that they just made her sad. She didn't so they didn't necessarily like intentionally cause harm. Like maybe like she asked Kyle from accounting out and he said no, and that made her sad. So she expressed her grief through a fern.
So okay, buys a new plant and names it. So my next question is how many former plants are still alive? Like, what's the plan? Like, I feel like I'm missing the context for like, what do you do with this plant? Are you nurturing it and just trying to turn it into something healthy, or are you gonna throw it in a fire?
See, yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Like, there's two outcomes here. So there's three outcomes total that I've worked at so far.
Yeah.
Two of them are solid. One is letting the plants die and letting go your grudges that way. Another is nurturing them so it becomes something you care about, and then you have a positive association.
I couldn't
with
do
that
that with
one-
a cactus named My Ex.
That one feels like a stretch.
Nope.
That one feels like
Yeah.
a stretch, but I'm really trying here.
Is it therapy or to slow descent into madness? I think the point of madness. I think the point of madness is to protect yourself from how big and scary the world is and how little you're capable of handling anything. Madness is just a defense mechanism that we have to keep ourselves okay.
Okay.
But I think therapy's job is to get you to the other side of madness. Like madness is a defense mechanism we are not good at getting out of on our own.
It's a temporary
And,
measure.
Yeah, and therapy's job is to like make that manageable. So it's definitely not both.
I think it's a very fine line, and I'm not sure which side of the line it's on.
Yeah, I think I don't even know. I feel like we were told who did the printed ones, and I don't know. Yeah, all right, not digging into that, I guess. But because this person's going through a lot, and I would just talk to somebody. I am not a professional in the field, and
Don't talk to your
you may
plants, for
need
sure.
one. You can talk to anything. You can talk to a plant.
Yeah,
Just don't expect it to like.
talk
do
back.
it, yeah.
If the plant talks back, you got different problems.
I think like talking to random stuff is fine, just so long as the expectation is there that it's going to remain random stuff. Like, just don't delude yourself, and you're probably okay.
But I think those two scenarios that I listed are like nice, but I think the most realistic one is that this is just really unhealthily holding grudges.
Or there is the more innocent answer of just like you get a plant and you don't know what to name it.
Yeah,
I feel
but
like this is the wrong answer, but also I don't feel the need to name my plants.
Yeah.
I have like several plants around the house. I have one cactus that I keep like above the stove, and I don't water it or do anything to it,
Yeah,
and
the
it should
cactus.
just be dead. But like the only water I think it gets is literally like the steam that comes off of cooking like stuff.
Honestly, I mean, it is a cactus. You know, those things don't need a lot. Maybe like that is just enough for it.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Is it getting any sunlight?
It's in the window.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
That's
keep a
probably-
plant not in the window.
That's probably a great environment for the cactus, honestly. Like,
Maybe. I don't know. I feel bad for it. Like, yeah, but keep plants. It's good for you.
but maybe
Have some green in your house.
maybe just like don't name them things that make you angry. Like I would
Well, this is sad,
I would randomly
which is,
call,
I think, worse.
I would randomly call plant like Archibald or George before saying Mom's guilt.
Yeah, that's
What
like.
what does Mom's guilt mean? I want more context
I'm
on
also
that.
just trying to figure out like sad because like anger. When you're angry, you like know you need to deal with anger. Like
Yeah, yeah.
anger is like a call to action, and you're like, okay, I need to like deal with this in a healthy way, and or you realize when you haven't. Sadness is insidious, and you feel like doing nothing about it. So things that make you sad is I don't know. I'm concerned on every angle I've managed to think of.
Yep. Yeah, I think that's fair.
That's roughly true.
I'm in the camp of get therapy.
Yeah, therapy's good. Just about everyone should probably be on therapy for something. Like it's
yeah.
it's just good for you. All right, we'll do your second, your first one.
All right. What superpower do you think the other one of you would get if you both got struck by lightning, like that guy in the movie Powder?
I haven't seen Powder.
I haven't heard of Powder.
I know what superpower I would get, but what
But-
superpower do I think you would get?
Yeah. I can see you getting like mind power stuff, like telepathy or something, or
Mind
like
power
mind
stuff?
control, like that. I can picture that really clearly for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I whenever I thought about like, man, I want a superpower, I always want like invulnerability or immortality. Like just something like physical. I want to fly. Flying seems cool.
Yeah.
But I don't think lightning's
Actually,
gonna do flying.
invulnerability would go really well for you.
Yeah, I think like for you, I think it. I don't know why, but this just feels like an aesthetic match for who you are,
Yeah,
or my
yeah.
understanding of who you are, which is like just like the ability to like turn like electronics on and off, like from a distance, just be like bam, 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 like just the ability. Hey man, that would be awesome.
Would it?
Yeah, you could like walk up to your house and turn the light on. You could just get the car started. Like that, it would be so convenient to have. It probably maybe cooler than that. Like you could find cooler things to do. I don't know. I feel like that's neat.
It's neat.
I would
yeah.
love to have that power. It'd be so cool. It's an awesome party trick. I don't know. I feel like yeah, I feel like something electricity based. Definitely I have like a vision of you kind of like walking up to a chute and being like, okay, lighting, that's too bright. Like then this
Okay,
thing, or
so
taking
that'd be
off.
if I could like control
Yeah.
like the intensity of things,
Yeah.
then that'd be interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can like like determine the voltage of things around you.
Okay,
I
okay,
think
that's
rad.
a little more interesting.
Yeah.
Walk
I
up.
think that's great.
Hey, see those lights? On.
Hey man.
Oh, you don't like them?
I think that's neat. I know the power I know I would get would be being dead. Like, I'm just not a lucky guy. If I get hit by lightning, I'm toast. It's over, man.
Your power is that you can just turn anything into toast.
You know, my power is that I cannot move for a very long time. My power is that I'm feeding the worms. Like, that's what I'm doing. All right. I feel
you
like
got-
maybe that's satisfactory.
Yeah. You got a second one there?
My neighbor borrowed my air fryer 6 months ago to test it out before buying his own. He never gave it back. He now refers to it as his, as in, I just made wings in my air fryer. And he even named it Crispy Christine. He posted a pic of it on Instagram with the caption, couldn't live without her. How do I reclaim Christine? You know, you can't you can't give up that kind of ground. You can't. Listen. You can't buy into the premise here. This is too far. This is gone. It's not Christine. You gotta draw that line. How do I reclaim Christine without causing a rift in the neighborhood?
For one thing, don't refer to her by her name.
I don't care what kind of rift it causes in your neighborhood. I simply don't. This person is a thief. This person has commit theft, has broken their deal with you. You clearly gave it to them in good faith. And 2, or I guess 3 or 4 or whatever, I'm not convinced this is true. I simply don't think this has happened.
Did you think the other one happened?
I was giving you the benefit of the doubt. I like to
We don't
generally
have a
believe
Kyle
people.
in accounting here.
Well, listen. First is an occurrence, twice is a coincidence, 3 times is a pattern. I'm gonna skip to 3. I don't think this is real. I simply don't think this has happened. But if it did or had, I would never drop the issue.
No, don't.
I would. I don't think that I know I'd be nice about it either. I'd just be like, nope, that's not yours. You're a thief and you need to give it back.
Or
I
just-
gave it to you in good faith.
Or just steal it from them, or steal something from
no,
equal
you don't
value.
need to no, you don't have to sink to their level.
Commit crimes to get what you want.
No, don't commit crimes. This podcast is not advocating for crimes. This podcast isn't advocating. By the way, I was thinking about this since last time. I don't advocate violence. It's bad. Don't do it. I was a dumb kid. It doesn't mean you need to be a dumb kid or a dumb any. In fact, if you're not a kid, double don't do it. That's really bad. That's assault. That's fine. I don't care.
It's fine.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. We don't advocate for breaking the law in any way. We just don't. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. No. Come on, man. I'm gonna be so honest with you. I feel like with my personality, I feel like I should be predisposed to no one's looking, that kind of mentality. But I'm just not that lucky, and I'm terrified of the police.
I gotta say, pirating movies,
No.
pretty cool.
No, you wouldn't download a car.
The thing is, yes,
I would. In a
I would
heartbeat.
download a car.
If that were possible,
I can't
yeah.
afford a car. Yeah.
Yes, I would. No, I don't. I do my best not to pirate movies or whatnot because I think people work hard on them and they deserve money, and I wouldn't like to see my hard work, have things happen to it like that.
Yeah, but I'm also like, in terms of streaming services, I don't want to give more money to things like Amazon or Disney. And Netflix just straight up isn't worth it.
I don't have a good moral argument or comparison, to be honest with you. I just, I'm just not that lucky. If I break the law, the goddamn sheriff is going to teleport into my living room and just, stare at their hand, and a puff of flame will manifest a warrant, and they're going to, use it to slap me until I am unconscious. And when I wake up, it will be on the inside of some supermax jail that I'm never leaving for a speeding ticket. I don't speed. I don't drive too fast. I wait until the light is green. If I see yellow, I'm stopping.
To my knowledge, I hear you walk everywhere. So.
I walk a lot of places, but I just because.
But never jaywalk.
No, listen, we live in Vermont, but when I was in Manhattan, I just didn't care. But that's me taking my life into my own hands. They don't care about you. I was talking to people in this building. I was on another podcast and. Someone was like, are you scared of going to UVM because Burlington's a dangerous place? And I was like, what?
I mean, Burlington's gotten worse, but it's...
No, Church Street it's not that bad.
It's not that bad, exactly.
Dude,
it used to...
I've been-
100% used to be better.
Yeah.
But
I just got back from Turkey. I was in Manhattan a couple months ago. It's not that bad. it can be bad out there.
Yeah,
for
but-
sure.
yeah.
You should not. You should be a certain amount of cautious, but it's not that bad.
Yeah, there are much worse places
Yeah.
to be.
Like, come on, man. Yeah. So
Where were
without
we?
causing a rift in the neighborhood, this person is
yeah.
a rift in the neighborhood waiting to happen, and they need to be dealt with. Someone needs to bring this
Hmm.
person back to reality, and frankly, like, yeah, this person needs to not. Just don't. It's bad.
You need to get back the air fryer and give it a new name. Like,
You know what? Yeah, this air fryer hasn't been named yet. That's against regulation.
yeah, screw Crispy Christine. We're going with Tender Terry or something.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Whatever you want. Just
Yeah.
don't let this person control your life. They stole from you.
Yeah.
don't march to the beat of their drum.
Is that one typed up, by the way? Did they?
These are fully typed up.
Interesting.
This is entirely someone opened a Google Doc and then made these.
I respect the commitment. These are handwritten and torn to shreds.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Hey, questions or questions?
Questions or
Are
questions?
we ready for our fourth and final one for the day?
Yeah, let's do it.
You both must travel by horse and wagon on the Oregon Trail together. You both get to choose a famous person to join help on the journey, and 2 items to help along the journey each. Who and what do you choose and why?
Horse and wagon.
Yeah, and you get to choose. Wait, is it one famous?
We
it's
each get to choose a famous person.
one
I mean,
famous
like,
person and 2 useful items.
each? Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like we gotta coordinate our picks here. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. I feel like you know what? For the dual purpose of like everything would be covered, they'd know everything we'd ever need to do. And 2, I just really want to like sit down and have a conversation with this person, but I gotta pick Sitting Bull. So Sitting Bull was a I can't remember specifically what tribe, but they were a Native American man activist. They were a powerful like chief and shaman. They performed many sort of feats of endurance and strength. They were wildly respected and sort of like deeply took their lives into their hands. And you know they fought for their people. Wars are bloody affairs, so it wasn't.
Yeah.
It was never great. But the most interesting thing that happened though was that, and this is legitimately one of the like most. I can't imagine being in this situation, but Sitting Bull basically fully lost, and like lost badly, but then ended up like becoming basically a tourist attraction. Like they would go to he would go to rodeos and he would like be there. He would like he was brought to like New York and just like places in sort of the around the like original colonies and stuff, and he would see people that had never met a Native American before, and he specifically he saw what people like the caricature of his culture, and they would dress him up in hide and cowboy hat and give this very sanitized idea of what it was like, and he used what he could to try and speak out and talk to people, but he observed, and he has this man just knew he became friends with people. He would talk to people and tried to advocate for the treaties and the rights of Native Americans until the day he died. But it is his journey is obviously so much bigger than that. I'm leaving out so much, and kind of in both directions. I'll be honest with you, it's one of those historical figures where you're never gonna know how much of it is hearsay and how much of it isn't, because he was kind of a lightning rod for a lot of things in his time. So it's it's hard to know what is true, or like if it is I don't have the background and like volume of study to like really truly know the things that I want to, but I want to speak to this person, and I just want to like, I want to know, like, he like was kind of caught up in the middle of like, that they were a nomadic people, and like they were trying to follow the buffalo, go where the buffalo roam, and they would, but like they kept getting like put into smaller areas, and the herds weren't going where they used to, and that like the tribes were just put in such a rough position, and he had to rally people that like weren't fully unified, and it just one of the most incredible life stories I know of, and like, I mean, no one is going to know like if we needed to know anything on the way, like absolutely anything, he'd have us covered. So like,
you were thinking from like a practical mindset, because
well,
I was
a practical mindset, but also like he is just one of those like American historical figures that like has such an incredibly unique viewpoint on something I so deeply want to know more about. That I feel like I need to talk to him if I could pick. I mean,
I'm just glad you went practical with this one.
I mean,
'cause
obviously, like I would love to talk to like Hiawatha, or like a lot of other
yeah,
people.
yeah.
There's a lot of people I'd really want to. I can't remember her name, but the first woman who she wove the beads that like were trying to talk of unity in the first big house, and it just like there are a lot of people I would absolutely love to sit and talk with, and I want to know more and hear these stories, and learn the stars the way they know them, and the land the way they understand it, and but like all of these things, I just feel like I would just being an active listener in that person's presence would give me such an important perspective on like my life and where I come from, and that's really important to me. So that's my answer.
That's fair. In terms of practicality, I was fully thinking just Bear Grylls.
Just Bear Grylls.
Like, well, we want to survive out there. I feel like he's the first one I think of. But if we're going like that kind of direction where you just like want to sit and talk to this person, I don't think mine's as anywhere near as deep as yours. But I would love to talk to Christopher Lee for a while if he was alive.
Oh my God, yeah.
Have you heard like the stories
Yes.
of like on the Hobbit set where like
He's incredible. Yeah, and he's like,
like-
that's not what it sounds like when you stab a guy.
but, like-
no, that's come on, especially in the back.
Yeah.
Dude. Like, no, they're
like-
gonna like you
like,
hear the like
the
you
Peter
hear
Jackson's,
the air
Peter
leave
Jackson's
their
like, all right, so
lungs.
you're gonna be up there and he's gonna stab you. And he's like, Peter, do you know what sound a man makes when he gets
Yeah.
stabbed in the back? And he's like, no. Well, I do.
Yeah, he worked for MI6.
Yeah.
He was a spy.
He
and a
hunted
metalhead.
Nazis.
He's one of the coolest people that ever lived. Oh my God, no! You know what?
But,
I'd have to like Terry Pratchett. How could I not? All right, regardless, I still think I stand by Sitting Bull. Like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
But the story from the
It
Hobbit
is Sitting
set.
Bull, right? Oh no! If I'm wrong about that, I'm going to feel awful.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure.
Yeah.
No, keep going. I am. listening.
But apparently, like on the Hobbit set, he would drive the production manager like up the wall because he'd just start telling these stories of his life,
It
and
is Sitting Bull.
everyone would just stop and listen to him for a while, and like completely like get completely off task because Christopher Lee's talking with that beautiful voice. And also, have you heard his death metal albums?
They're wild.
Yeah,
They're nuts. Yeah.
Like he was in his 90s and he started doing death metal because he's a direct descendant of Charlemagne. He based their concept
really?
and their concept albums about Charlemagne because he's a direct
Neat.
descendant.
Yeah. No, that makes me a relative of his.
Yeah,
That's rad.
Wait, really?
So many people are, dude. Like,
Oh, are
do you
you-
have any idea? So, like, if like Charlemagne, a bunch of Russian czars, like, if you trace your family tree back, it's incredibly
Interesting.
possible. Like, it's especially just for like like my heritage on my mom's side goes back to Scotland. It's pretty. It's not
Yeah.
hard. Yeah. It's not hard to hit. Like Scotland went to France, came here. Like it's not hard to get to Charlemagne.
Yeah.
A lot more people. People just don't know enough about their heritage. I have a cousin who like did our whole family tree, and like traced us back to like the Fredettes, and there's like we have, which like is a family that is not convinced that the 16th century is over. They're pretty like we still remember our crest, and you have to be like. You have to be like this many people removed to like be allowed in and like do X thing and whatever. It's a whole mess. But like, yeah, Charlemagne is related to a lot of people.
Yeah, that probably
a
tracks.
lot. So like, my relation to Christopher Lee could be, like 8 generations apart.
Yeah.
Like it's. I don't remember how old Charlemagne is. Was that 13th?
Oh gosh, I feel like I
13th
should
is
know.
so definitely wrong. It's
All right.
it's surely not that.
Let's go to Google. How do you even spell Charlemagne?
It starts with a ch. Cause
Yeah, so it's like a CH. Lamagne.
Yeah. Charlemagne.
That's how it's spelled.
Yeah.
Charlemagne. There we go.
Yep. Charlemagne.
So he was alive. So he was alive from 748 to 814, not 1814.
That's hey man.
Gosh, I'm really not used to reading about people who weren't alive in the quadruple digit years.
Yeah, man. No, dude, when I was on Crete, and we saw like the Minoan ruins and stuff, it was like, yeah, this is like a casual, like 2,000 years minimum.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like what, 2,000? Sorry, it's closer to like 3. We get that wrong sometimes. Oh, that floor, like it literally. Things are so old that they are just not even at ground level anymore.
Yeah.
Just like sediment is built up, or like literally just accretion, that like it's just cities built on city. And you get to the point where you have to actually like there's just a pit in the ground that goes down maybe 20 feet, and it's like, yeah, that used to be a marketplace back when that was ground level. It's wild. Yeah.
Oh, we didn't even talk about what items we'd bring with us on the Oregon Trail.
Oh yeah. I don't know. I really think Sitting Bull is gonna. Granted, making like a bow is hard. So we're doing like horse and saddle. Honestly, I want to say. I don't know if this counts as one item, but I want to install a suspension on the thing. Like, come on, dude. I don't know if you've ever been in like a horse carriage. Like, it can get bumpy.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So just like fix that, reduce the wear and tear on the wagon itself. Like,
So you just
really
want-
give
you
this
just
thing a
want
shelf
wagon
life.
upgrades.
Yeah, dude, a suspension like helps the frame last. It's gonna like help. It helps a lot. Like with a lot of things, just strap like a Mercedes suspension on that thing. I mean, it's not nearly that heavy, so you need to like either shave the coils or get them specially made. Well, if you shave the coils, you're removing the protective coating anyway, because they're pretty okay with it. So yeah, you'd have to get a special. I don't know if we have like infinite budget. I'm grabbing a suspension, and then. Say just like a smartphone, just like be able to be like, okay, where are we going? No, that's not the right way. Is this plant poisonous?
Do we? I guess it depends on when this is happening. Like if we're going down the
I
Oregon
feel like
Trail.
the idea is we're doing it like right now, but we're
Okay.
just doing it in horse and buggy. And if I get to bring anything, listen, if I get to be on the Oregon Trail with Sitting Bull, I can bring a smartphone. No, it'd have to be like a smartphone and a solar charger.
Yeah.
Like those would have to be the two things.
See, I was gonna bring like something to help us cook, like a frying pan or something.
Yeah.
And I was gonna say like one of those little camp stoves. I feel like
I mean, we probably want like a taller pot than that. It's really easy to
Yeah.
like. We can, dude.
Yeah, we
if
could-
you starve in a forest, that's your own fault. Like,
Exactly,
yeah,
yeah.
you can.
Yeah, but like, what if it's raining? Like, you have a camp stove and you like have a little fire
We
going.
have
But
a
you would
wagon.
need,
Wagons
but
have covers.
Yeah, but you would need propane for that. And do you want to start a fire inside of a wooden wagon?
Not inside a wooden wagon. You can start a fire in the rain. It's just like tricky.
Yeah, it sounds like a nightmare.
It's not that bad. You just have to make sure that your like kindling is dry. You want some sort of like.
Oh well, we're
burner to
bringing
cover
Sitting
it.
Bull with us. He can handle it.
But like basic Eagle Scout stuff.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you're fine. Like especially like that's like birch grows in a lot of places. Birchwood, I love birchwood.
Oh, yeah.
For survival, because the bark like
the
will
bark is like
light-
super flammable.
Yeah, it'll lighten the rain. Easy.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's
The oils inside of it will help you out. So yeah, no, it's also it's a soft wood, great for like splitting. It's
Yeah.
just really really good. So Yeah, I'm not too worried about like survival. I would be worried about like, oh, I don't know this area. I don't know what's in it.
I'm just
And
thinking,
also
like,
just my own
convenience.
arrogance, like
Yeah.
you know,
I figured we were
yeah.
allowed to make things easier for ourselves when you decide to add suspension to the wagon.
Well, because that does it makes it easier, and B, like there's a lot of things that helps with legitimately.
Oh yeah, true. I guess it does like give the wagon more time.
Yeah, it gives the wagon more time. I think that's a genuinely valuable thing to have. Just kind of on hand. All right.
Okay.
I figure we're probably out of time. I understand
yeah.
I keep putting my hand in front of it. That television got turned off.
Yeah, Josh just kind of walked in, turned it off, and I don't know why he turned it
My
off.
concern is that there's still something utterly ridiculous, like some mix effect that
Oh,
makes us
God.
look utterly. Go ahead, turn that on.
Okay, how do
I
we,
want to know.
How do we turn this thing on? Josh, is there a
I mean, I can help you with it. It occurs to me the reason I asked you to do it is because I wanted at least one person in frame.
I don't know where the power button is. But if you just tell me where the power button is on this thing, and I'll like figure it out.
That's probably fine.
I know Josh came over here and he did something and turned off. I don't know what he did.
I don't know what it is either. Also, your microphone definitely can't hear you. Will, you sit down. I'll hit the thing.
right.
Give us a quote to end off on.
Oh boy. Oh God. People say nothing is impossible, but I do nothing every day.
That's pretty good. Who's that?
That is from the trailer for the 2018 Winnie the Pooh movie called Christopher Robin.
What? Why did you have that in the back of your head?
Because
Where'd come
that
from?
was my senior quote when I graduated high school.
That's pretty good.
Thank you.
Yeah. I don't know. Are we friends yet?
I think we're getting there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're on the Oregon Trail together, so we're doing something right. All right. Have a good time, everybody.
Goodbye. Oh, wait. This is mine. Do we have weird things going on with our... Wait, let me get in frame real quick. Do we look weird? Is it normal?